Bonjour les amis, welcome back to Francophile. In today's video, we are diving into one of the most essential parts of French grammar, adjectives. Les adjectifs. Les adjectives. Specifically, we will explore how adjectives agree with the nouns they describe. And we will look at where they should be placed in a sentence. So, let's get started. First, let's talk about agreement. In French, adjectives need to be agree in both gender and number with the noun they describe. So what does this mean? Simply put, if the noun is masculine, the adjective needs to be masculine. Or if the noun is feminine, the adjective needs to be feminine. Or in case of plural noun, the adjective must be in plural form. Let's take some examples. Un chat noir. Un chat noir means black cat. This is masculine singular form. Une maison grande. Une maison grande. A big house. Feminine singular form. Now let's make them plural. Des chats noirs. Des chats noirs. Black cats. This is masculine plural form. And des maisons grandes. Des maisons grandes means big houses. This is feminine plural. As you can see here, the adjective changes based on the gender and the number of the noun. In first example, chat is a masculine word. That's why we use noir, a masculine form of the adjective. In second example, maison. This word is feminine. That's why we used feminine form of adjective. Grande with E. And for plural form, we added S to the adjectives. So, noir and grande. Please pay attention here. The pronunciation is same but the spellings are different. Now let's look at some irregular adjectives. Les adjectifs irréguliers. Well, these adjectives do not follow the standard pattern of agreement and placement. So they are very important to remember. Let's take some examples. The adjective beau, it means beautiful, changes to belle when it describes a feminine noun. Just like that, adjective vieux means old changes to vi. And the adjective nouveau means new changes to nouvelle. Now let's talk about the placement of the adjectives. In French, in most cases, descriptive adjectives come after the noun. For example, un chat noir, a black cat. However, certain adjectives, particularly those that describe beauty, age, size, or goodness, usually go before the noun, such as un joli jardin. Un joli jardin, a pretty garden. Un grand homme, a grand homme, a great man or a big man. Un vieux livre. Un vieux livre means an old book. You can remember these kind of adjectives with a little trick. You can remember bags, beauty, age, goodness and size. So when you will be remembering bags, it will be easier for you to know which adjectives come before the noun. Let's look at some more examples. Adjectives like bon, joli, grand, petit, vieux and nouveau often come before the noun. But most other adjectives like intéressant, facile and intelligent go after the noun. Un grand livre. Un grand livre. A big book. Une belle histoire. Une belle histoire. A beautiful story. Un livre intéressant. A livre intéressant. An interesting book. Well, here's an interesting twist. Some adjectives actually change their meaning depending on whether they come before or go after the noun. Let's take some examples. A pauvre homme means a poor man. someone who is pitiful. And un homme pauvre. Un homme pauvre means also a poor man who is not wealthy. Un ancien professeur. Un ancien professeur means a former professor. And a professeur ancien means an old professor in age. As you can see, ancient means former when it goes before the noun, and it means old when it comes after the noun. Let's practice together. I will say a sentence in English and I want you to try and say it in French with the correct adjective placement. So, how would you say a beautiful old house? A beautiful old house. You would say une belle maison ancienne. Une belle maison ancienne. Belle comes before the noun and ancienne comes after it because it means old in this context. Now, how would you say a new big book? A new big book. Here you will be saying a nouveau grand livre. A nouveau grand livre. Both adjectives go before the noun because they describe age and size. To recap this video, adjectives agree in gender and number with the nouns they modify. Most adjectives come after the noun, but bags, beauty, age, goodness, and size adjectives come before the noun. Some adjectives change meaning depending on their placement. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Francophile for more French language content. And leave me a comment if you have any questions. À bientôt!